What's happening, troops? Welcome to another episode of Toll Tastes. This time I'm going to show you how to make council chicken and rice soup. So here are the ingredients that you're going to need. So I would say is 2 large carrots. If you've not got large carrots, then 5 small ones. As you can see, I've only got small ones here. 1 large leek. You don't need the full leek. 2 chicken stock cubes and a chicken breast. You can use any sort of chicken part for this. Doesn't need to be breast, it can be thigh, it can be whatever part of the chicken that you want it to be, but obviously you're going to need to remove any bones. So what you do is boil your pot. I've got a nice pot of water here on the go. We'll turn it on and we'll get it boiling. So once your pot is boiling, as you can see, mine is. I'm going to turn it down a wee bit actually because it's a bit mental. You add in your 2 stock cubes, right? So once your stock cubes are fully dissolved, then you're going to put in your chicken breast. Okay, so let's get these stock cubes in. Just give them a wee stir to help them dissolve along the way. Right, so the stock cubes are now dissolved. Right, so the stock cubes are now dissolved. This is when you add your chicken and your veg. So I'm going to go and need to peel the veg. I forgot to peel it and wash it like an absolute idiot. I apologise, but I'll be back shortly with some peeled and chopped veg. Oh yeah. So I nearly forgot the rice. Can you believe it? I nearly forgot the rice. It's called chicken and rice soup, not chicken and carrot and leek soup. So I've got the carrots and the leeks here, as you can see, nicely chopped up. And I've got the rice just behind the camera, so I'm going to get that and show you what that is. I'm using Spanish dessert rice, actually, believe it or not, which is kind of, I think it's the sort of thing that you use for paella, but it takes on a lot more of the broth, of the soup, so it makes it more flavourful as well. It takes on a lot more than normal rice, so I would definitely recommend that you use this one as well. I'll show you that in a wee second. We're going to get the water back up to boil. We're going to get the chicken and the veg in, and we'll put that on for about 20 minutes. What we'll then do out is we'll take the chicken out, we'll get it all shredded up, get it back in along with the veg, and that's when we add the rice and we let that simmer for enough time for the rice to cook properly. So let's get going. So bringing the water back to, bringing the broth back to the boil, put the chicken in. So I'm just going to add the veg in now, and like I said, we'll let that cook for about 20 minutes. Once that's done, we'll come back and we'll shred the chicken. And here is the rice I was telling you about, so that's how much I've got left in there. I use this quite a lot. I make this soup quite often. I really like it. It's my favourite one that I make, to be honest with you, so I thought I would share with you how I make it. So let's get the veg in. There we go. And that'll come back to a boil in a couple of minutes. Right, so that's the chicken should be ready now, so I'm going to take it out and shred it, and then we're going to add the rice and the shredded chicken into the broth. So here we go. So to shred the chicken, I just take 2 forks and I just do it like this. And then we add the rice in. Got the rice in a wee bowl here. So try not to put too much rice in because it does really expand and it makes it really stodgy, to the point where you probably need to add more water. So try not to add too much rice in. I usually go with about a cup of rice. So I've brought this to a boil, and then what I'm going to do is just bring it down to a simmer, and we'll leave it to simmer for about 15 minutes. Now people will likely be saying, oh, the fucking veg is going to be so soft and stuff like that, but no, listen, trust me, this works. It really does work, it's brilliant, and it's a really tasty recipe as well. So if you decide to make it, you're going to enjoy it. Trust me, it's really nice for a miserable day. So the longer you cook it, the more you're going to see the rice getting more saturated and thicker, and it makes the soup that bit thicker as well. You'll probably notice that the leeks kind of more or less disappear, but they're just really there for flavour as well. So the texture in the soup is the carrots, the rice and the chicken. We're nearly there, troops, we're nearly there. We've got 5 minutes left and then it'll be ready. So we'll be back in 5 minutes. Right, so while I'm making this absolutely beautiful pot of soup, it makes my mind wander. Do I think it could make it in a restaurant? I don't know if it could, but a restaurant that I do know that makes good soup is Mondo in Coatbridge. So if you're in and about the area, or even if you're not and you fancy pushing the boat out and going for a right good slap up meal, then get yourself to Mondo in Coatbridge, because I promise you, you'll absolutely love it. There we have it, troops. That is our chicken and rice soup done. You'll see it in the bowl here. And now for the taste test. Now let's get a bash. Sure I get a bit of everything on there. Now this is just off the stove, so it's absolutely roasting. Oh my god. It's actually that way, it's too hot to even taste it yet. But I've done this 100 times. It's my favourite soup recipe, and trust me, it's tasty. Really tasty. So if you want to give it a go, or if you want to suggest something that I learn to make, get it in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, share, put on the notifications, ring the bell, and comment in the comments. and let me know what you think of this recipe and if you want me to keep doing these wee cooking videos. Alright troops, thanks very much for watching again, and I'll see you on the next one.